Every day we're told to find love and approval from other people. But have you ever thought about whether it's really necessary to keep looking for approval in relationships? What if this constant search for acceptance is making us lose something important about ourselves? From a Stoic point of view, the answer is clear and powerful. It doesn't make sense to chase love or praise all the time, and it can hurt our relationships. Think about a person who always wants love and care from their partner, but doesn't work on improving themselves. This can cause stress and dependence, which can make both people unhappy and even end the relationship. Today we're going to talk about love and relationships. Through the lens of Stoicism, we'll look at how getting to know yourself, trusting yourself, and respecting yourself are important for making real relationships with other people. Being Stoic shows us that being true to our own values and beliefs is the key to a happy relationship, not chasing or giving up things. In your mental world, think of yourself as a strong oak tree, instead of someone who needs to be touched or noticed. You are strong and confident in yourself, and this inner strength draws people to you like birds to a healthy tree. Your confidence draws people to you naturally, without you having to chase them or set unrealistic standards before we go any further. Please watch this movie all the way through because everything we talk about is important for building your inner strength. For now, let's start this trip. Stay strong and steady. Number 1. Unveiling the myth of love at first sight. Many movies and books have shown how two strangers can look each other in the eyes and know right away that they're supposed to be together. People describe it as a wonderful, electrifying moment that changes everything in an instant. It also makes for great storytelling. Let's talk about why this idea doesn't quite work in the real world of long-term relationships. Imagine coming across the initial awe you feel when you see a stunning piece of art or a beautiful flower is strong. But does it compare to the deep, lasting love that relationships need? Love at first sight is like this fleeting admiration, a spark that needs to be carefully and continuously nurtured to grow into a steady flame. Come on, let's be more honest about love. If love were a garden, first sight would be like finding the right piece of land. You can't just look at it from afar. You have to work the soil, plant the seeds, water them, and keep the weeds away. Only then can you watch it grow. Real love isn't something you just stumble upon. It takes work, patience, and resilience to keep it going. Why is busting this myth important? Because believing in love at first sight can lead to unrealistic hopes. We might get stuck on the thrill of first draw. We might mistake it for a deep relationship, which could lead to disappointment. When we're excited about starting a relationship, it's easy to forget about the work that needs to be done over time. As the myth fades and reality sets in, those who hold on to it may become disappointed, which can cause severe emotional turmoil. A wise Stoic philosopher named Seneca once said that we suffer more in our minds than in real life. This is especially true when it comes to love. Our minds can make up elaborate stories about perfect love at first sight, but real love is much more solid and complicated. Love is more than just a spark between two people. In today's fast-paced, instant gratification society, it's important to encourage a more grounded and gradual understanding of love. Think of love as a lifelong commitment that unfolds day by day. It's about patience, ongoing dedication, and the joyful work of building a relationship together. Let's challenge the idea of love at first sight and take a more Stoic approach to relationships. See love as an evolving journey instead of a sudden event. Value the slow, beautiful unfolding of getting to know and cherish another person. This view not only leads to healthier, more lasting relationships, but it also fits with the Stoic practice of living in harmony with the way things really are. So let's change our expectations and enjoy the journey of love, not as a story of instant perfection, but as a real-life adventure of constant discovery and lasting affection. Remember that the best relationships aren't the ones that you just walked into, they're the ones that you worked hard to build over time. Number 2. Understanding love, obsession, and attraction. Real love is a mix of understanding, unwavering commitment, and a deep appreciation for another person's worth. This kind of love goes beyond the initial thrill of attraction. It's about getting to know someone's essence and dedicating yourself to their growth as well as your own. From a Stoic point of view, this is the ideal of partnerships, where both people support each other's growth and well-being. For example, imagine two gardeners taking care of their own plots while also helping each other, making sure that both gardens grow. Because it's so intense, passion is often mistaken for deep love, but it's not the same thing at all. An addiction is a strong fixation that can turn into jealousy and a suffocating dependence that looks like a deep connection. It's like a storm that looks strong and beautiful, but in the end destroys the bond it was meant to strengthen. Attraction is the first thing that makes you want to be with someone. It can be physical, emotional, intellectual, or a mix of these. While attraction is a natural and important part of human relationships, it's not enough to make a lasting peace. It needs other parts as well. Attraction can bring people together, but without the dedication and mutual respect of real I see love, it's just a one-time thing. Stoicism teaches us to be wise about our feelings and to ground them in truth. One famous Stoic philosopher, Seneca, says that we can only find peace in life when our expectations are in line with the real world and not with the illusions that our wants or societal pressures feed. When it comes to love, this means valuing real connection over superficial allure or obsessive grips. Here are some useful steps you can take to find real love. 1. Self-reflection. Think about your relationships and thoughts on a regular basis. Do you value the other person for who they are, or do you put more value on what they can do for you? Encourage talking that is open and honest. Talk about your dreams, fears, and limits. Love grows when things are clear. 3. Give your relationships time and room to grow. Love doesn't happen quickly. It grows through shared challenges and experiences. 4. Love yourself and build a good bond with yourself. To be stoic, you don't have to hide your feelings. Instead, you have to understand them. When you love and respect yourself, you set the example for how others should love and respect you. As you go through the complicated landscapes of relationships, remember to look for connections where love flows naturally, marked by mutual respect and deep understanding. This isn't just the way to a fulfilling romantic life, but to a fulfilling life in general. Obsession and attraction lay the groundwork for relationships that are not only happy but also stable and fulfilling. Let's try to follow these rules in all of our relationships, not just romantic ones, so that we can live a peaceful and happy life, as our Stoic guides taught us. 3. Finding the true nature of others. Today, we live in a fast-paced world where technology and social media dominate most of our interactions. This makes it much harder to build real, meaningful relationships. The ease of digital communication brings us closer, but it often leaves a gap in real personal connection. The obstacle can make it hard to build the deep relationships that make our lives rich and satisfying. The ancient wisdom of Stoicism, while not specifically about romantic relationships, offers deep insights that can help us make deeper connections. Awareness and perception are two of the most important ideas in Stoicism. Being fully present and aware of your surroundings and the events happening around you gives you the insight you need to handle your life better. One of the most important things to keep in mind when looking for a life partner is that you should find someone who not only understands how you feel, but also shares your core values and beliefs. If you were putting together a team, wouldn't you pick someone who shares your goals and ways of dealing with problems? This alignment is important for any friendship that lasts. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This is a very wise saying that has a lot to do with relationships. It means talking less and listening more. This is true not only for what we hear, but also for watching what and how things are done. When you listen in this broader sense, you pay close attention to both what someone says and what they do. A person's consistent behavior and real actions reveal a lot more about their character than their occasional words or promises. When you meet someone new, don't just make small talk or look at their social media profiles. Really engage with them. Ask people deep questions like, what are their passions, and what problems have they faced, and how do they deal with them? The answers to these questions can tell you a lot about a person's personality. You can also learn a lot about them by watching how they treat others, like friends, family, co-workers. and even strangers. Building a relationship on Stoic wisdom means focusing on thoughtful, observant engagement. It means getting to know someone through their actions, not just what they say. This way of connecting leads to deeper, more genuine connections that last. In a world where everyone is busy broadcasting themselves, the ability to listen, observe, and understand is truly rare and valuable. Number 4. Avoiding idealization. It's easy to fall into the trap of idealizing a potential partner based on the unrealistically perfect images we see in romantic movies and on social media. We might set our standards too high, chasing an image that doesn't really exist. It's important to remember that everyone has flaws, and chasing an idealized partner can make us miss real valuable connections that could be right in front of us. Sometimes, this quest for the ideal can cause us to fixate on someone who may not reciprocate our feelings, causing us to lose sight of our own self-worth and core values in order to win their love. This pursuit wastes our time and hurts our true selves, pulling us farther away from who we are and what we really need in a partner. Stoicism, a theory based on practical wisdom, stresses how important it is to know our limits, especially when it comes to changing other people's thoughts, feelings, and actions. Focusing only on what we can control, which is a Stoic principle, teaches us that trying to force or manipulate someone's feelings to fit our needs is not only unethical, but also very pointless. Accepting this not only fits with Stoic ethics, but also makes for healthier, more genuine relationships by helping us understand and respect the autonomy of others' emotions. Encourage connections based on mutual respect and understanding. These kinds of relationships are not only more satisfying, but they also last longer, making our lives better and promoting peace and harmony. Let's change how we think about love and relationships in the spirit of Stoicism. Love shouldn't be a battleground where people fight for respect or approval. Instead, it should be a journey of growth and understanding between equals. If you're ever in a situation where someone doesn't return your affection, take a moment to think about how your worth isn't based on their recognition or lack thereof. Instead, focus on what you can control: your actions, your attitudes, and your path to personal fulfillment. This approach not only gives you power, but it also leads you to real connections that truly enrich your life, instead of chasing after an illusion that only leads to disappointment. If you've made it this far, I want to express my deep gratitude. It's great that you're engaged because it shows that you're committed to self-discovery and personal growth. Remember that love isn't about getting approval from other people. It's about appreciating and embracing the unique and irreplaceable person that you are. You deserve love just because you exist. Let's celebrate this journey of self-love together. If this message speaks to you, please show some love by clicking the like button. Leave a comment below saying, "Enough with the ideals," and let's keep going on this road together. Idealization is a mental process in which people give someone or something too many good traits and ignore or play down their flaws or limitations. This tendency can change the truth, make people expect too much, and make them sad when the imagined picture doesn't come true. To keep realistic views, good relationships, and reasonable expectations, it's important to avoid idealizing others. Recognize your flaws and mistakes. Take into account that everything and everyone has flaws. Accepting this fact helps us see things in a more fair and accurate way. Don't ignore these flaws. Instead, learn to value the whole picture. Use your critical thinking skills. Think critically by asking questions and looking at things, people, and events in an unbiased way. Don't jump to conclusions based on your feelings or the little facts you have. You can get a better idea by looking at both the good and bad points. Be honest about your expectations. Setting reasonable goals for yourself and others is important. Try not to put people or things too high up. Know that you can't be perfect and that problems and setbacks are part of the process. This way of thinking helps you deal with setbacks and get stronger. Accept the complexity. Understand that people and events are complicated and have many sides. Know that different people have different traits, and that events are affected by many things. Accepting complexity helps you see things in a more detailed way and stops you from thinking in black and white. Think about your own biases. Know your own views and how they affect how you see things. Look back at your past and figure out how it affected the way you see things now. Being aware of your own biases can help you change your way of thinking and take a more fair and reasonable approach. To have an accurate and balanced view of the world, you must avoid idealizing it. People can improve their relationships, make smarter choices, and keep their mental health by being aware of their flaws, practicing critical thinking, setting realistic goals, embrace complexity, and thinking about their own biases. Being aware of and working on the urge to idealize is key to living a more balanced and satisfying life. Number 5. Balanced give and take in Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us the deep value of reciprocity. It tells us to return kindness with kindness, follow fairness rules and be kind. This philosophy recognizes that each of us is an important part of society and plays a key role in making others better. This idea of giving and receiving equally is especially important in our personal and romantic relationships. Think of reciprocity as a delicate balance. Like the steady ebb and flow of a river, every act of kindness or support forms a smooth exchange, a symphony of respect and appreciation in the world of love. Stoicism teaches us an important lesson. Try not to desperately looking for love. When two people are in love, they should move in sync with each other, giving and getting each other's essence. It's important to recognize and value the love and support our partners give us. This isn't just saying thank you, it's really recognizing their efforts and returning the favor. For example, if your partner cooks dinner for you after a long day, you could show your appreciation by doing the chores around the house on the weekend or planning a special trip. This back and forth strengthens the relationship and keeps it fun for both of you. Stoicism tells us to keep the balance not by keeping track of who does what, but by making sure that both partners are equally involved and valued. Epicurus, a Stoic philosopher, said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This is a metaphor for the balance. In relationships, we should try to actively listen, understand, and support each other's needs and efforts, and make sure that love and acts of kindness are returned. But what should you do if you find yourself in a situation where you give more than you receive? It might be time to take a step back and think. Stoicism doesn't teach us to stay in one-sided relationships in silence. Instead, it teaches us the importance of self-respect and knowing when to detach for our own emotional health. Knowing when to move on, even if it's painful, is essential for keeping your inner peace and dignity. As we navigate the complexities of relationships, let's follow the Stoic principle of reciprocity. Building relationships based on equal respect, empathy, and fair exchange is very important. True love thrives in a relationship where both people are actively contributing, making the relationship a privilege to cherish rather than a burden to bear. Let's make a promise to build relationships where both partners feel valued and appreciated. By doing this, we will not only improve our own lives, but we will also help make the world a more caring and balanced place. Number 6. Maintaining self-worth in relationships. When it comes to relationships, self-respect is like a bright light that shows you the way to true happiness and mental strength. Imagine that you're having a hard time finding joy because your partner's actions are still causing you pain, even after you've had honest talks and begged them to change. Staying in a relationship like this can make your pain last longer and lower your self-esteem over time. Your inner light may dim as you deal with a constant lack of affection and care. During these tough times, it's important to hold on to self-love and self-respect. Knowing when to gracefully leave a relationship that's not good for you is both necessary and brave. Time has a remarkable ability to heal even the deepest emotional scars. These scars may stay with you as subtle reminders that they don't have to control your future happiness or self-image. Think about what Epicurus said, the strong Stoic philosophy. Outside factors are out of our control, but how we respond to them is always under our control, like when our partner refuses to change. Focusing on moving forward with dignity and self-esteem instead of what we can't change is what Stoicism teaches us. It tells us to let go of things that are holding us back from being happy and only keep the good lessons and strength we've gained along the way. When dealing with the end of a relationship, it's important to remember that you are more than your emotions and feelings. You have the power to choose how to react. You can learn deep lessons and get a better sense of the way your life is going if you choose to keep your dignity. This approach doesn't just talk about how complicated modern love and relationships are, it also gives you practical advice on how to navigate these emotionally complicated landscapes. For example, let's say you've been trying to improve a relationship where you feel ignored and undervalued. You've tried everything from setting clear communication guidelines to planning quality time together, but nothing has changed. At this point, embracing your self-respect might mean deciding to step away, not out of spite or anger, but out of self-care. This decision, while hard, can empower you, giving your emotions room to heal and opening the door to healthier relationships in the future. Let's stay true to the principle of self-respect as we go through the ups and downs of love and relationships. It's important to build and keep relationships where both partners feel valued and seen. By doing this, we not only grow as people, but we also help to create more fulfilling and respectful partnerships. Remember that every step you take with self-respect is one more step toward a happier, more powerful life. In relationships, keeping your sense of self-worth is important for both your own health and the health of the connection. It means knowing and appreciating your own worth, setting limits, and making sure that everyone respects and supports each other. People who have a strong sense of self-worth can be in relationships without feeling dependent or unsafe because they are sure of their own worth. In turn, this leads to better, happier, and more satisfying relationships with other people. Recognizing and valuing yourself. Know and accept how valuable you are. Take note of your good traits, accomplishments, and strengths. Be kind to yourself, and don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself the same love and care that you would give to a friend. Setting limits and following them. Set clear limits for yourself in partnerships. Be clear and direct about your wants, limits, and expectations. Set limits for yourself, and make sure your partner does the same. Setting limits is important for keeping your personality and self-respect. Getting people to respect and help each other. Build relationships based on trust, respect, and love for each other. Stay away from situations where you feel disrespected or undervalued. Help your partner feel good about themselves and push them to go after their own goals and interests. Two people who back and encourage each other are in a healthy relationship. Freedom and dependence on oneself. Keep your sense of freedom and ability to rely on yourself. Do the things you want to do and have goals that aren't related to the relationship. Do not rely too much on your partner to give you a sense of who you are or your worth. Two strong people together make a strong bond. Communication that works. Talk to your partner in an open and honest way. Talk about your feelings, thoughts, and worries in a healthy way. Pay attention and show empathy to your partner. Clear conversation helps people understand each other and solve problems before they get worse. Number 7. Turning rejection into self-worth lessons. At different points in our lives, especially when it comes to love, we meet many people who have different ideas and expectations. It's important to know that rejection doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means they have different ideas or aren't compatible. As the Stoic philosopher Epicurus said, it's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. Being rejected is not a loss, it's a chance to learn and grow. When we first face rejection, it may feel like a setback, but over time, this view can change a lot about what seemed like a failure at first. May soon reveal itself as a crucial step toward finding someone more aligned with your values and lifestyle. Embrace the fact that each rejection is not pulling you backward, but pushing you closer to a future where someone will say yes to you, not just superficially, but in a way that truly resonates, with who you are. This yes will be more than mere acceptance. It will be a profound recognition of your value and the start of a partnership that truly enhances your life in today's world, where superficial connections are all too common. It's more important than ever to stay true to yourself. You might feel pressured to change or compromise your core beliefs to fit into someone else's idea of a perfect partner, but remember, the right person will appreciate and love you for who you are. For example, imagine you love spending your weekends hiking and in nature, but you feel pressured to portray yourself as a party-goer to fit someone else's lifestyle. Such a facade might attract interest initially, but it won't lead to a fulfilling relationship. Instead of pleading for love or altering you to gain someone's affection, let your authenticity shine through this approach. Not only aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control, your actions and responses, but also ensures that the relationships you develop are genuine and truly enriching. So when faced with rejection, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned from the experience. Think about what this situation tells me about what I really need or want in a relationship. Use what you learn to get a better idea of the type of relationship that will make you happy and satisfied. Remember that every no we come across is not only a closed door, but a waypoint that leads us to a better road. Every time we get turned down, we learn more about ourselves and get closer to meeting someone who will love and appreciate the things that make us unique. So keep your head up, believe in your own worth, and keep moving forward with confidence. The right connections are out there and they are worth the wait. Rejection is a normal part of life that can happen in many situations, like personal relationships, job applications, and social exchanges. Rejection hurts and can be hard to deal with, but it can also teach you important lessons that can help you grow and feel good about your own self-worth. People don't have to see rejection as a sign of failure or weakness. Instead, they can see it as a chance to improve themselves and become stronger. This change in perspective helps people feel better about their own worth, which improves their general health and success in life. Understanding that rejection is not personal. Going through rejection can feel personal, but it's important to know that it doesn't always show how valuable you are. The choices other people make are affected by their own wants, needs, and situations. Do something. Remind yourself that rejection is about whether you fit or not your worth. Write down in a journal about times when you were turned down and think about the outside things that affected it. Lesson 2. Accept rejection as feedback. As explained, rejection can help you figure out what you need to change or better. Instead of seeing it as a loss, think of it as helpful feedback that will help you improve. Step to take. If you get turned down, ask for feedback if you can. Improve your skills, approach, or strategy with this knowledge. Lesson 3. Rejection helps you become stronger. Explanation. Being rejected over and over again can make you stronger emotionally, making you better prepared to deal with future problems. Every experience makes you better at getting back on your feet. Actionable step. Do things that make you stronger, like mindfulness, good affirmations, and staying in touch with people who can help you through hard times. Lesson 4. Reframe rejection as redirection. Being turned down for a job can lead you to better chances that are more in line with your values and goals. It can keep you from getting comfortable and push you to reach higher goals. Step to take. When you are turned down, change how you think about it by thinking about the new roads or chances that have opened up because of it. Lesson 5. Build self-worth without relying on outside approval. Building a strong sense of self-worth that isn't based on outside approval helps you stay confident and driven, no matter what other people do or say. Step you can take. Show yourself kindness, make goals for yourself, and enjoy your successes, no matter how small. Instead of looking for praise from other people, focus on validating yourself. You can change how you think about and react to rejection by learning these lessons. This will help you become stronger and more confident. Number 8. Choosing a lifelong partner. One of the most important choices you can make is who you want to be with for life. This choice has an impact on not only your mental health, but also your happiness and satisfaction with life in general. A person you want to be with for life should be someone you respect, love, and understand. This choice requires careful thought about how well two people get along, what beliefs they share, and how they can support each other through the ups and downs of life. Being self-aware, talking to each other honestly, and having a clear idea of what you need and want in a relationship are all important parts of the process. Get to know yourself first. It's important to know your own needs, wants, and beliefs before looking for a partner. Being self-aware helps you figure out what you really want in a partner and makes it easier to tell them what you need. Check for compatibility. Being compatible means having the same beliefs, interests, and life goals, not just being physically attracted to each other. To make sure everyone is on the same page, it's important to talk about basic things like family, job goals, and lifestyle choices. Talking is very important. A healthy friendship is built on open and honest communication. Talking freely about feelings, expectations, and disagreements helps build trust and keeps people from misunderstood each other. Check out the social and emotional support. A partner for life should be there for you emotionally and be a good friend. Check to see if the person you're interested in is understanding, helpful, and able to be there for you when things get tough. Look for the ability to grow and change. You need to find a person who is ready to grow and change with you because life is full of them. A partner who is flexible and open-minded can help you get through life's changes more easily, which will ensure that the relationship lasts and is strong. By thinking about these things, you can make a better, more informed choice when looking for a lifelong partner. This will help you build a relationship that will last and be rewarding. In your search for a life partner, it's important to look at beyond looks and short-lived attraction. Being physically attractive can help spark initial interest, but it's only one part of the rich, complicated tapestry of a long-term relationship. Stoic philosophy tells us that outward beauty is like a leaf caught in the wind. It changes quickly and isn't permanent. Instead, it's important to focus on things that last, like inner beauty, personality, and shared values, which are what make a relationship deep and satisfying. Remember that youth and physical beauty aren't the same thing. Allure is temporary, and depending on it alone can send you into the unstable currents of unknown futures. Think about the kind of relationship you want in the future. What qualities do you want in a partner that will still be important in 5, 10, or 20 years? You should try to find someone who not only looks good on you, but also intellectually challenges you, emotionally supports you, and shares your core values. Imagine having a partner who can be your trusted guide and rock when things get tough. Someone you can build a life with that will last many years. Don't fall into the common trap of chasing after physical perfection, which is often just an illusion created by societal norms and pressures. Instead, aim for a connection that lasts and gets stronger over time. It's about finding someone who fills you up on a deeper level than just the surface. The Stoic philosophy stresses how important it is to have wise and strong life partners. These are the kinds of traits that will help you face life's challenges together and build a stable, safe future. Whether you want to start a family, build a house, or work toward common goals, these qualities are necessary for a healthy and happy relationship. When choosing a life partner, the Stoics said to look for someone who has deep knowledge and the ability to grow. When you're looking for a life partner, let this idea guide you. Focus on these deeper traits, and you'll not only find someone to share your life with, but you'll also start a rewarding journey of personal growth. Deep understanding and lasting love. For example, let's say you meet someone who looks great, but as you get to know them better, you learn that they love volunteering, are thoughtful, and really want to make a difference in the world. These are all things that resonate with your values, and over time, the person's looks become a nice addition to a strong connection based on mutual respect and shared goals. By following these principles, you can not only make your relationship more satisfying, but it will also be able to adapt and thrive through life's inevitable changes and difficulties. You will find a partner who not only shares your values, but also raises your understanding of love and being together. In ancient Rome, Emperor Marcus Aurelius and his wife Faa showed everyone how to love with a calm heart. They were married for reasons other than power or status. Their relationship was based on strong values and tough resilience. Marcus Aurelius, who was known for his stoic and wise way of life, saw in FAA not only a wife but also a real partner who was just as strong on the inside as he was. Together, they lived by the Stoic values of moderation, fairness, courage, and wisdom, showing their dedication to these ideas in both their official and private lives. They faced life's challenges with calmness and reason, embodying the Stoic belief that problems should be dealt with grace, whether they were personal losses or political chaos. They did this while juggling the demands of their role and Marcus's own grief. Marcus Aurelius always had strong support from the FAA. Their friendship stayed strong even when things got hard outside of their control, showing how brave and loyal they were. From a Stoic point of view, the story of Marcus Aurelius and Fatina teaches us about love and friendship. If you want to be truly loving someone, you have to choose to commit to their honesty and character, not just how they look. Finding someone who is a good match for you on a deeper, more meaningful level is important. As Stoics, we think that these long-lasting qualities are what make a relationship valuable. Seneca once said that we should love people for who they are, not how they look. This quote perfectly captures the spirit of Marcus and Phaea's relationship. As you look for love and a partner, try to find someone who shares your values and stays true to you when things get tough. Someone who cares more about honesty and character than how they look. This leads to a long-lasting friendship that goes beyond simple attraction and builds real bonds. Remember that what matters most in life and love is the depth of your relationship, shared values, and mutual respect. Let these rules help you find and grow a love that is both strong and deep. Life is a gift, so love deeply to fully enjoy all of its joys and pleasures. Don't overthink to stay comfortable, and enjoy the easy beauty of life as you work toward a better future. Stay focused on working hard and taking chances for growth, but remember that failure is a part of life. Being happy with what you have is rare, because some things may not be meant for you no matter how hard you try. Loving deeply can leave you open to a lot of pain. There's a saying that goes, "The deeper the love, the greater the pain." Getting too attached to someone can make you lose yourself and mess up your life. In the end, you might find that you're just making things harder on yourself. Thank you for joining us today as we explore the fascinating world of Stoicism and how it can be used in our everyday lives, especially when it comes to love and relationships. This video has been an in-depth look at the deep philosophy of Stoicism and how its principles can greatly improve our modern lives. We've talked about how important it is to recognize our own worth, the wisdom behind carefully picking a life partner, and why it's so important to move on. In our search for real, meaningful connections, Stoicism teaches us that true strength comes from within. By understanding and incorporating these ancient ideas, we can live our lives with more resilience and clarity as we wrap up today's talk. I want to stress that the journey to embodying Stoic wisdom is an ongoing process. To make our present and future experiences better, we must continue to engage with and think about these lessons. Remember that real love and fulfilling relationships are built on mutual respect, empathy, and a shared commitment to personal growth. These aren't about winning or meeting unrealistic expectations. They're about making a bond that's both enriching and lasting. If today's discussion spoke to you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, please share your own thoughts and experiences with Stoicism in your life in the comments section below. Let's keep this conversation going strong together. Your support and participation are what allow us to keep making content that connects ancient wisdom with modern problems. Also, make sure you turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos where we'll go even deeper into the transformative power of Stoicism. We have a lot more to talk about how these timeless principles can help us live happier, more balanced lives. Let's continue this journey of learning and growth together by applying Stoic teachings to our daily lives and problems. We not only make our own lives better, but we also make the lives of those around us better. Until next time, be careful, keep building up your inner strength, and remember that the best way to know what will happen in the future is to make it happen one calm, thoughtful step at a time.